past month or so, it's definitely been coming out that we're going through a very trying time. I don't know if it's going to be the beginning or the end of us.
It's kind of a make
we could be writing our epitaph right now.
So it's kind of a make or break situation that you guys are currently in.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like I mentioned before in one of our group conversations with the band that there's times where we feel like the whole idea of the band was destruction and self-destruction from the beginning. But I don't think that's the point. I think the point was that it is the revel in the morning. There is going to be destruction, but we need to take that destruction and make something beautiful out of it and create a good, positive thing. Maybe the first album was the destruction album, and the second album will be the more positive. Maybe the second album will also be destructive. I just hope we don't fall prey to our own rhetoric and ideology.
Okay, so I love being in this band. I love playing bass in this band, and it's awesome. And I didn't mean quit. I've been thinking about quitting because I'm always thinking about quitting everything I do all the time.
There's been some conflicts between Doug and Ryan in the writing process where Ryan can be pretty close-minded, and then in turn Doug can just be irrational towards him.
I'm thinking of withdrawing myself in a big way from the writing process because I'm just not comfortable with it, and it's tearing me up, and it's like it's fucking me up creatively. It's fucking up my creative process on my own time.
A lot of us felt we're open enough to try, and in those situations we would get flack from Ryan.
And I think I'm just gonna step back to kind of that and just play bass on the songs you guys write.
I mean,
I don't enjoy the writing process in this band. I don't enjoy it. It stresses me out. It makes me unhappy.
It stresses you out like you can't come up with ideas? Or
No, it's just like work. It's confrontational and it's ugly and it's...
I agree with that. I don't really like that either.
It is very confrontational.
It's like, and that's just not like the way you nurture ideas. It's like, it's really one of the most vulnerable times you can share with somebody. You know, cooperative creation.
I just kind of think that if he's having any problem, it's because he doesn't understand like the group writing process, and he's really stubborn. I thought, and I still think actually, that, you know, he should just kind of get over it, you know, because like to me that's not what being in a band is about, and you know, it's about coming together with ideas and then filtering out the bad ideas and replacing them with good ideas.
I think sacrifice and things like that, it's just part of being in a band, and I think you should just get over it, but that's just what I think. Because that's what bands do. They write songs together and people have to give up something for the greater good of everything.
Well, I've never made sacrifices. I mean...
Not in this band?
Oh no, in this band? Well, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
Is it more a matter of egotism, or is it more a matter of like toes getting stepped on when it comes to like the creative process? Or do you?
Well, yeah, they're both the same thing, I think.
You think they're the same thing?
I mean,
not really, because I mean, if you compromise on something else, then we end up with a good song that's not your vision. Are you going to be not satisfied because it wasn't your vision?
You wouldn't think so, but that's the way I'm feeling.
Who here in the room do you think has the most, I don't want to say stubborn, because that brings a lot of negative aspects, but the most like aggressive, creative input in the band? Whenever Ryan has an idea, the way he conveys it, it's not meshed together. like a zipper or something of the 5 parts. It's just like
Adhere to my format. End of story.
The fact that he still blows up like this systematically, it accumulates, and you just sometimes you can't deal with it. Right now, I can't deal with it. I don't think anyone else can, and just it's too hard to deal with right now. But at the same time, I think it's best if we all stay together and just work on our flaws, just improve individually.
The reality is anything that we do as a band would be better than anything we do by ourselves. I think that as a band, we make music that's better than anything that I could create on my own. It's better than anything Justin could create on his own. It's better than anything you could create on your own. And Eric and Travis.
We're not gonna like write bass parts, you know what I mean? Like all the new songs we've written have parts where it's just bass and drums. If you're not there when you write those parts aren't gonna be like that. And it's just gonna be like, we won't be able to write songs like that.
Well, you can say, do something on the bass here, and I'll do something on the bass there.
I mean, no one's gonna think.
But we don't
But
want
it
to do
won't be the
that.
same.
That's why none of the
You'll
other
be
songs
censoring
have that.
yourself.
Because we don't. I mean,
And
I don't
put as
think
much
like
effort.
the bass part go here. It's just like whatever happens.
By you just sitting back in the shadows and doing your thing, I don't feel like when there's a song that's finished, it'll really be a Revel in the Morning song all that much then.
Well, all the Revel in the Morning songs so far, like all the ones in the album, were like that. So
No, they weren't.
I wasn't
Seeds
there
of
when you
Devo.
guys wrote those songs.
Yeah,
Seeds of
The
Devo.
artist probably.
Okay.
I mean, if you wouldn't have been there when you wrote Seeds of Devo, we wouldn't have wrote Seeds of Devo.
He wrote it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have made it. And that, just in the songs that we just wrote now would be completely different.
Why did you stop caring? Or what kind of led you to stop caring so much?
Because it hurts to care, and that's with anything. It hurts to care about something so much and not have it be the way that you want it to be.
Alright, I'm gonna let you guys in on something I kept secret for a long time. Last year, second semester, I failed all my classes. I stopped going to them, and I just hung out with you guys and hung out with Emily, and these were my 2 things, and I failed all of my classes because I really fucking love this band.
Wow. Oh, dude.
And like, Emily dumped me, and like, this is just a fucking bummer.
Sorry, dude.
You're just being honest.
How did that make you feel when he announced at that group meeting that he would no longer be?
Taking as big of a role.
Right.
Well, I thought it was a bummer, but at the same time, I thought, you know, it's inevitable. Someone's going to give. You can't deal with that sort of pressure in a creative process where you're, like, you think an idea is good, you have a lot of fun with it, and then you bring it up in practice in this intimate situation with people you regard as friends and your creative peers, and someone says, no, that's stupid, and gets angry about it. It's like a slap in the face.
I say you should just give it like a week or 2. Probably 2.
I mean, this has been seeding for a while.
And then if nothing changes, we'll just fucking go record, and that'll be it. Because if you're gonna do it like that, I don't want to do the band. Because I mean, you're not even in the band then. You're just this guy. You're just like a studio guy. And I don't want to do
That's
it.
not how Revel in the Morning works. But I definitely feel that if this conversation brought anything to the table about how we should receive other people's ideas at all, then, and things do change in the practices, like even after we've had this conversation, I don't want to go a week where we don't have practice. You know, I want to get right back into practicing.
In the last 2 weeks, I think the tension was building? Yeah, it was unbearable.
I'm still trying not to let it end, but
as these people's friend, it's hard to watch them do what they don't enjoy doing. It's becoming a job as opposed to an art to enjoy.
Seemed like people were ignoring that there was a problem, and I addressed the problem, even though I wouldn't have if I hadn't been, you know, so drunk. But I did, so I felt like, you know, this was all my fault. But then I came to realize that I'm, you know, an equal part of the problem, and it's not a direct conflict between me and Ryan like it kind of seemed to be there for a while. Or a direct conflict between me and anybody. It's just, we're all just going different directions.